Welcome back, all my fragrance fanatic friends and beauty besties. It's Jamie here, and I hope that you are having a fantastic day today. So the theme of today's video is lavender. I am going to be talking about lavender perfumes. I got my lavender lights, and then I went to my closet to put on something lavender for you guys, and I don't got it. I did not know this about myself until I was sitting down to film this video. I don't own anything like lavender or purple in my closet. Like, what is up with that? I love that color. I guess I don't gravitate towards it when I'm at the store. I don't know. I didn't know, but I definitely need to pick up something more lavender or purplish for the next time I make a video like this, so that I can be a little bit more on theme. So just for the sake of the video, just pretend like this is a lavender sweater I'm wearing. So I know some people, don't really like lavender. Some people do. Some people are kind of in the middle, depending on like how much lavender there is. I personally love it all. I love lavender in perfumes. It can bring such a calming, comforting feel to a perfume, put me in a zen-like state. And sometimes it can gives like this aromatic quality to something that's really sweet and it helps balance things out. I love all the different types of lavenders. But what I'm going to do today is not only talk about all the lavender perfumes in my collection, I'm going to tell you the intensity of those lavender perfumes, because like I said, some people are okay with it as long as it's just a little bit of lavender. Some people want a lot of lavender and everything in between. So I figured I would give you all the intensity level of all of these perfumes. That way there will be a lavender perfume out there for everyone, potentially. So I will leave the links to these perfumes down in the description box below. If any of them are Amazon links, I do get a commission for that. So without further ado, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is start off with the lowest intensity lavender, and with each perfume I show you, the intensity level is going to go up a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, until we get to the most intense, which will be the one at the end of the video. So let's start off with the least intense one, and that would be Gentle Reminder by Snif. This one is such a calming, comforting scent. Perfect for bedtime. It feels like I am being wrapped in a blanket, or like somebody's giving me a big hug or something. The lavender in here is so unbelievably mild and dialed back. It's very sweet, milky lavender tea is what this smells like. And there is this purple yam thing in there that's giving it this little bit of a starchy texture. And that is kind of thickening up the perfume. So it's not super like milky. It's like a milkiness it's milk with like a thickness to it, a starchy thickness. But just ultra comforting, very, very mild lavender. The next one up from that would be the original Burberry Goddess. I also think this one is very mild, a little bit more than the Gentle Reminder, but still very mild lavender perfume. It's, very sweet vanilla, a little warm, spicy, and that lavender in there just gives it a little bit of an aromatic quality. And this is such a perfect everyday scent or a special occasion perfume. It's very comforting, but it's also sexy, but not like your typical like sexy. This is your I'm not trying too hard type of sexy. Just naturally sexy is what we can call this. Just very crowd pleasing, really nice everyday perfume. Just absolutely love this one. But again, very, very mild on the lavender. The next one up from that would be Mirabile. This one is a very unique perfume in my opinion, and I really love it, but it's definitely not going to be for everyone. So I would get a sample first. This starts out a very milky, sweet vanilla, and then you start to get this aromatic, almost, it's like the lavender is mixing with something else in this perfume that I'm not familiar with. It's coming together and it's smelling almost minty. So like a sweet vanilla mintiness, and there's a little bit of a booziness in here as well. And it's a little warm spicy, but it's also cooling. Like this perfume has this like cooling quality, but warm spicy at the same time. It's like really interesting how they did that. But just very sweet, aromatic vanilla is what I would describe this as. And again, as far as intensity level, it's not quite, you know, gentle reminder level, but it's not the most intense either. This is, you know, kind of in between there. Another one that's kind of in between would be the Libre Parfum. This one, again, has more lavender than what you might find in a Burberry Goddess, but still not like a crazy amount of lavender. It's kind of in between. It has, out of all the lead perfumes, I feel like this one is the least amount of lavender, because those other ones can be a little bit more intense. This one is more of my fall and winter go-to scent. In the summertime, it can be a bit much, because it's a very heavily, densely sweet, warm, spicy, vanilla, honey, a thick, sweet honey, a little citrusy. And the lavender in here kind of helps balance everything out so that it's not like too overwhelmingly sweet. A huge compliment getter. This is so like sexy, like classy sexy. Like I'm rich. I'm a rich, classy lady type of sexiness going on in here. But it's also got that comforting feel to it. You know, so sometimes I will wear this to bed actually because of that feeling it can give. But it's also great for date nights or every day, you know, during fall and winter. Well, in my opinion, like you can wear it any time of year you want. But for me, I would say like every day during fall and winter would be great for this. I think it's amazing. The next one up from that, now we're stepping up in intensity a little bit more. The French Lavender and Tuberose. This one is one that I put next to my nightstand because I love wearing it to bed. It is, again, so comforting and just, it feels like I'm being wrapped in a blanket. With this one, it is a sweet, creamy tuberose mixed with vanilla. And there's this cacao in there as well. And it doesn't go like straight chocolate. It's more like a powdery cocoa powder type of vibe mixed in with that vanilla and tuberose. And then there's also that lavender in there that's helped kind of balancing things out. And it's giving it this uber comforting feel. The creaminess mixed with lavender, I think is such a comforting combination. But this is definitely more intense as far as, like Burberry Goddess and the Libre Perfume and the Gentle Reminder. It's definitely more intense than that. Like we're stepping up in the intensity level, but it's not quite the most intense either. The next one up from the French Lavender Tuberose would be Burberry Goddess Intense. This one is definitely more of an intense lavender. You really gotta like it. It's very, very heavily lavender in here, which I did not like at first, but now I love it because the earthy, the earthy patchouli is like thickening up and sweetening the vanilla that's in here to the like next level. And because it's so amped up, like they amped up the lavender as well to help balance everything out. And I think it's perfect. I love it. But definitely not for everyone. And I will say that if you can get past the first 5-ish minutes, the lavender does die down quite a bit. But for those when you first spray it out, especially, and for those first 5-ish minutes, it's going to be very intense lavender. But my most intense lavender that I have in my collection out of all of them would be the Million Secrets. This one is a $10 perfume, you guys. And I think the performance, longevity, the projection, like it does so well for a $10 perfume. And this is another one I love to stick next to my nightstand because it's more of for me personally, this is more of a bedtime scent for me, a snuggly scent for me. This is such a sweet, vanilla and lavender in here. There is a little bit of jasmine in here as well, but it's mainly like about the lavender and the vanilla. Some might even think it's more on the level of a house cleaner type of lavender. Now, I don't see it that way. I think this is amazing, but I could see some people really not liking this perfume because of that. The lavender being so intense, like almost cleaner level lavender. But I think there's for me personally, I think there's so much sweet vanilla in here that it just, oh, I just absolutely love that combination. And it puts me in such a calming mood. It just gets me ready for bedtime. And I just love it. And sometimes I'll even spray a little bit on my pillow, but just a couple sprays goes a long way, you guys. This is not messing around. and the atomizer on here, I was really shocked at how good the atomizer is. Look at this, you guys. Wait. Like the atomizer on here is amazing, amazing. Oh, yeah, very intense lavender. Very intense, very lavender vanilla, but very intense lavender. But yeah, just those 2 sprays and like it will fill up your room. That's how intense it is. But I absolutely love it. And for $10, you know. So those are all the lavender perfumes I have in my collection. I would love to hear some of your guys' favorite lavender perfumes in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And remember, before you go, to seize the day and overspray. Bye, guys.